fantastic economic opportunities when you do that. We're always looking for new ways. And just before the holidays, just before Christmas, we launched a trial called Ad Goggles. So an example of that is this ad for Buick. It says, who says inner beauty has to be confined to the inside? It's an American car. So I don't know where they got the idea that it might be beautiful from. But what you can see on this ad, and I'll show you under the camera here, is it has a little Enhanced by Google Goggles logo. And what that tells you is, and there's some small print there, it says unlock this ad's interactive features. So this is just a normal print ad. You run this in a magazine, nice glossy ad. But if I take a picture of it with Google Goggles, so just start Goggles, and snap a picture. Goggles is quickly analysing that. Pop it back. There we go. And you can see it's recognising it as the 2011 Buick LaCrosse. And it's a yellow link, which actually means that it's an ad and it's interactive. And if I tap on it, I go directly, in just a second or two, to the unique content that Buick created for that ad. So it's very, very easy for consumers to engage. And some of the ideas that Andy showed, having a video there, having more product info, great way to get users to interact. And increasingly, Goggles is going to make that possible. So things like 2D barcodes, Calvin Klein can still put nearly naked teenagers on the side of the wall in New York, and people can take a photo and link to the Calvin Klein website. And we also now, in the US, can recognise ads in major newspapers and magazines. So even if the Goggles logo isn't on there, we will actually link to the brand's website for the ad. We'll be rolling that out around the world soon. It's early days for all of these products, but the usage is very encouraging. Very often users can't describe something. They don't know what they're looking at, but they have a camera, and Goggles technology can make all of those things come alive. Let's have a look at another trick with Goggles. As I said, I had a pretty lousy British education, so when faced by something like this is a French menu, all in French. Done by French people, because one of the favourite hobbies of all French people is annoying English people. So they're perfectly capable of translating this into English and choose not to. Now, so if I'm in a restaurant and I see this menu and I think, well, I'm not sure what to eat. Now, I vaguely remember from school, which was a long time ago, that agneau is lamb. So what I'm going to do is take a picture of that item on the menu. So you can see, got a picture of that. I just took a picture of the text. And in a few seconds, what Goggles is doing, it's analysing that. It's done optical character recognition. So it scanned the text, converted it, and if I tap on it, it recognises that it's in a foreign language, so it gives me a translate button. And there we go, it's rack of lamb roasted with thyme, lemon juice, vegetable skewers with olive tapenade. Sounds pretty good. 1-0 to England at this stage. Another neat thing you can do with Goggles, I'm not going to demo it today, is you can actually recognise wine. So if you take a picture of a bottle of wine, a picture of the label, then you will work out whether or not it is good to go with the lamb. Is this a great recommendation from the sommelier? So lots of things that are just becoming easier with the camera. How many people are Sudoku fans? Who does Sudoku puzzles? A few, and a few more who probably like, I'm not admitting to that. Goggles can now solve Sudoku, so yeah, it just keeps getting smarter. Goggles keeps learning about new things. So I've got a Sudoku puzzle here. I'm pretty lazy. I haven't actually done any yet. But I like the feeling of achievement when I feel it. Fair enough. So I just grab Google Goggles, and again I take a picture. And Goggles is also available on the iPhone. It's not just an Android app. You can download the Google mobile app from the App Store and get Google Goggles. So I'm just taking a picture of the puzzle now. There we go. Find the right way up. So Goggles is analysing that. We're compressing the picture, we're sending it to the cloud, and there we go. It's identified that there is a Sudoku puzzle, so I'm going to tap on that. And just to sort of keep the drama and the suspense, it hasn't solved it yet. It's within the option to solve it. Maybe I took a picture by mistake. It's going to ruin my day. So I tap solve. Again, getting easier and easier to use cloud computing. And if you do, if you make a mistake early on in the Sudoku, it can be really frustrating. So do use goggles, and let's say that's free in the App Store. Let's talk a little bit about maps. One of the great things about mobile devices, of course, is that you can take them everywhere with you. And we have now over 150 million people using maps on mobile devices. Just fantastic usage. When you think back a few years ago, maps, even on the web, were just flat. They were really just copies of paper maps. And then Google Maps launched. In Google Maps, you could scroll, you could zoom. It was all done in JavaScript in the browser. It was very, very easy. And it really changed mapping. On mobile devices, we're going even further. So let's have a look at the latest version. So let's just fire up Maps. There we are. There's Copenhagen. And I can pan around. There we are. It's just identified where I am, so it's centered the map automatically based on my phone's location. But let's bring this map to life. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and we start to see buildings. It's pretty good. So I can now pan around Copenhagen, but it's still kind of a bit like a paper map. So if I just do this, now I can fly over Copenhagen. I can see the buildings. I can even spin it round. I think that's impressive. That's happening in real time now. That's happening in real time on the phone. And those are all vector maps. So all the information is very, very compressed. The data usage on that is very, very low. We've introduced caching into maps. So now, if you lose your connection, you still get your route and your route planning all the way to your destination. So lots of improvements coming. And I have to say, the Google Maps team on mobile do some fantastically impressive work. Now finally, I'm going to show you a little bit of translation. Machine translation is something that we've been doing for a long time at Google. On the web, you can translate between 51 languages. So very, very easy, and even if you're using a browser like Chrome and you visit a foreign language website, it will say, well, this site is in French or Italian, would you like to translate it? And we're improving that technology all the time. We think it can be very, very powerful and exciting on mobile, and I'm going to show you that working today. It's very, very useful when you're traveling, so here's Google Translate. So, like many right-thinking people, I love Italy. But again, and I keep coming back to it, I apologise, lousy British education, I can't speak any Italian. So I love going to Italy, but I can't speak Italian, so with Google Translate, life becomes a lot easier. I can do something like this. How long will it take to get to the airport in a taxi? Pretty handy. I can just show that to the guy in the hotel, or to someone in a restaurant. But actually, that seems a bit rude and impersonal. So instead, I'll do this. Pretty handy. Not, I grant you, a perfect Italian accent, but it's better than mine. Very seriously. However, what I want to show you today, and we've only just launched this, and it is in Google Labs, so if anything was going to go wrong today, this is the part that might. But I'm going to share the blame with a lovely lady from Italy, Anna, who is a Googler from the Copenhagen office. Come on up, Anna. Down at the bottom of the screen, we have got conversation mode. You see it just down there. Hi, Anna. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Okay, so Anna is a native of Italy, so speaks perfect Italian, unlike me. So we're going to pretend I'm in Rome and I want to get to Florence on the train. So we're going to use Google Translate to solve that. So first of all, I want to find out what time the last train is, because I'm having a great night in Rome. And I want to enjoy every minute. What time is the last train to Florence?